Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Hussain Qazi here from online lecturer platform. Another video that's a continuation from the last video. Risk management, particularly Forex risk management. And this time our mindset should be, yes, we have to manage the risk, Forex related risk, by external strategy. By external strategy. So now, working start. What is the meaning of the external strategy accordingly? One moment, please. Yes. Candidates, in previous video, I told you that whenever a company makes a strategy to manage the risk, first of all, identify the risk. So here the risk is about transaction risk, that's as an exporter or as an importer, number one. So this is about Forex movement, Forex related adverse movement may impact the loss as an importer or as an exporter. If we are an importer and need to pay some amount in future, the risk is to it's about to decrease in the value of local currency or increase in the value of foreign currency, and exporter vice versa. So in this topic, our mindset should be we have to make a strategy to mitigate that risk. We have already done with the previous video about internal related matters, that's currency invoice, netting. We'll discuss later the matching, lead and lagging. Now the external strategy. You must have to remember one important example of my last video, that's insured. Insurance is also a strategy related to mitigate the risk, where we transfer our risk. And what will be the consequence if we insured our risk? Even the adverse movement happen. Previous example, if the accident happened or not, the situation will be flat. Means if you insure the car and pay the premium and actual accident occur, so we will recover that amount, that's means cover the loss. If not no accident occur over the time period, that's we will lose the premium. So either lose the premium or the compensation of the loss through the accident, the position will be flat. In both position, the situation will be flat. Based on this principle, we will discuss the topic external strategy of forward contract and future contract. Forward and future contract is same like an insurance contract, where we transfer our risk related to exchange rate to any other person. Although we will not use the word insurance, but it is some like same like the insurance. Okay, let's take an example of forward contract. Let's take an example about the forward contract. One moment, please. The forward contract. Let's suppose that we are an Australian company. That means local currency is Australian dollars. Let's suppose 1st Now is 1st January 2019. Please, your concentration are required here. And right now, spot rate, that is Australian dollar, sorry, there is a foreign currency exposure to make a payment of sterling 100,000 after 2 months. That's 1st March 2019. So what we have a risk. Our risk is that our local currency, that is Australian dollars, become decrease, or other way around, foreign currency means sterling value become increases. 2 points to another sentences, but meaning are same. So okay, number one, now the spot rate means immediate the foreign currency rate, Australian dollar per sterling, that's equal to 1.82. 1.82. So if right now we are going as an Australian company, so we can buy 1 sterling against 1 Australian dollars. We can buy. But there is a risk that foreign currency fluctuates, and after 2 months, we have to make more Australian dollars against 1 sterling. But they are here to discuss about forward contract. Bank has offered us a forward contract. So number one, very important thing, forward contract is another contract, and the contract can be made with a bank. Do remember one thing, we are here to discuss with respect to this company. For example, this company is ABC company, who are uh, worried about foreign currency fluctuation. We don't think in a with respect to the bank. For example, we go to the bank and ask him to provide a forward contract. Bank provide us a forward contract, means there is a rate, that is forward rate. For example, bank has offered the rate 1.90. What is this 1.90 means? What is this 1.90 means? Candidates, this 1.90 means after 2 months, whatever the spot rate, either higher, either lower, effectively, the ABC company, Australian company, can get the sterling amount or the sterling rate 1.90, means any of the risk, adverse risk, will be transferred to the bank. Either rate become increase or decrease. If we made this contract in future after 2 months, either the rate become increase or decrease, we will get the amount 1.90. That is all. If examiner ask you, what examiner will ask? What amount in local currency, means Australian dollars. In this case, need to pay through forward contract. Through forward contract. What amount in local currency? If this is the case, let me clear one point. If examiner asks, this is the exam question, let's suppose. Australian company, local currency, Australian dollars. Foreign currency exposure, need to make a payment of 100,000 sterling after 2 months. Spot rate 1.82. Forward rate 1.90. What will be the amount need to pay through the forward contract? The exam solution is very simple. For this one, we have to pay sterling 100,000 with the rate Australian dollars 1.90 per sterling, and sterling need to be converted. That's cancel sterling is equal to Australian dollars. That is 1.9 into 100,000. That's Australian dollar 1,90,000. Australian dollars 1,90,000. That is all. That is the exam solution. That's all. If examiner asks what amount we have to pay, you will say that 1,90,000. That's all. Nothing else. No need to worry about the bank. If you have a if there is a question irritating in your mind, then why bank offer this rate? So please reply your mind that whenever you insure the car, have you ever asked to the insurance company, in the case of accident, where will you arrange my car? How can you arrange the damages of my car? No, we have only one concern: how my compensation will be made. So please, in this case, how bank will arrange the amount, leave it. Yes, how bank calculate forward contract, we will discuss later on. By forward contract, that's 1,90,000. Yes, one thing important, examiner can ask you another one important thing. Let's suppose number one, examiner can ask you number two, what's the difference between spot and forward? Yes, you can reply. If we compare spot, so 100,000 sterling against 1.82, So that's amounts Australian dollar in local currency 1,82,000. But we have committed with the forward contract Australian dollars local currency 1,90,000. That's have immediate we have made a loss of 8,000. Yes, I know that. Apparently, it's a clear loss in 2 months. That's $8,000. But we have made the contract in this contract that what if the rate of sterling may be higher after 2 months? For example, it may be possible that rate become higher and it's become 1.95 or more. What we will do? I'm not saying that goal compulsory you must have to go. Um, I am just discussing or just learning about that, providing a lecture that how forward contract will work. If you are not confident, don't do that. So that's the point of the forward. Number one, this is the forward contract that we need to work out. But candidates, this is the another point I have discussed with. If examiner asks what immediate loss you with the forward, then you will reply. Otherwise, this solution is enough. This solution. Candidates, actually, you need to know one more important thing. This is what I will reply you once again. That's the exam solution. But you have to know about the more knowledge for some reason, for better understanding. This is not the exam solution. What if, what if somebody say that, now same question, now spot 1.82 Australian dollars per sterling, and bank has offered the forward 1.9. Now is 1st January 19 and the transaction 1st March 2019. If estimated spot, and that case means we have a risk that increases, and if actual happen it become 1.95. Scenario number 1 means accident actual occur. Number 2 means actually rate increases. And what if 1.75? Two different cases. In both case, in any of the case, we have to work out with the forward contract 1.9. But actually, how this will work? Do remember one important point. Spot markets is different and forward contract is different. Spot market is different and forward contract is different. What does that mean? Situation number 1. If first scenario happens, estimated spot 1.95, if this happens, we will go to the spot market. Listen carefully. And we will buy the sterling expensive, Australia 1.95, and then settle with forward contract settlement. How the forward contract settle? Settlement in this case, I will go to the bank and ask bank that you have provided me the rate 1.9 and actually rate 1.95. So actually I got a gain and I have to receive some amount. 1.9 minus 1.95, that is 0.05, and effectively the rate become 1.90. Bank will compensate me, I will receive. In second scenario, we will go to the spot market and that is the spot market 1.75. Forward contract settlement, that is, I will definitely go to the bank 1.90 minus 1.75, and this time I have lost and have to make a payment, and this time 0.15. So have to make the payment my plus, and that's it, that is 1.90. I told you earlier, either in first case accident happen, in 1.75 accident not happen. In both of the scenario, our situation will be flat. After forward contract, our situation will be flat. But this detailed solution is not expecting an F9, but an AFM. In any of the case 1.9 rate, this is the exam solution. The payment 190,000 Australian dollar with the rate 1.9. Candidates, some important thing you need to know that, number one, forward contract, number one, legal binding contract. It's a legal binding contract. The contract is legal. Number one. Number two, it means in case of gain, I have to settle. Bank need to settle me. I will gain it. I will receive the amount through gain. In the case of loss, forward contract, I have to settle it. It's a legal binding contract. Number two, it's over the counter. Over the counter means it's a customized contract. It's a tailor made. It's on demand. It's on demand due to three reasons. Number one, nature of currency. With respect to the nature of the currency, if I'm Australian company, I wanted to make an arrangement of the forward of the sterling. It's the nature of currency. It's if it's about US dollar, it's about dirham, it's about uh, um, any other currency, euro. So it's my wish. It's based on customer wish. It's customized according to nature of the currency. Number two, volume of currency. If I here the case is 100,000 sterling, foreign currency 100,000 sterling, maybe 90,300 sterling, maybe 70,000, maybe 40,000. Volume according to the adjustment of customer. And last one, settlement date. I asked the bank to settle the forward contract at my transaction date. This is my transaction. 1st March, maybe the 5th March, maybe the 7th March, maybe the 27th February. So date, volume, date of settlement, volume of currency and nature of currency according to the customer. That is what the forward contract. That is what the forward contract. Candidate, forward contract, you don't need to write it, but for understanding, it's like an insurance contract and over the counter. Like forward contract, there is another contract called future contract. Future contract. Candidates, although you have to remember important thing that in F9, examiner expecting the calculation of these two only, forward and money market. Rest 2, 3, 4, 6 having calculation, but examiner not expecting. It's only theoretical matter. So I will explain you a little bit about futures. Actual matter of the futures, you will pick the matter, or you will study them by AFM if you pick it. Forward contract. Another contract is future contract. Do remember one thing, either future contract, either forward contract. These contracts are the contracts from where we protect our risk. From these contracts, we manage our risk. So actually spot is different and futures contract are different. Means it's like this. Spot is different and future settlement is different. Same like this. Number one, future contract is also legal binding contract. This contract forward made with the bank, but future contract made with the market. It's a legal binding contract and it's marketable standard contracts. Marketable standard contract. It's a marketable standard contract. It's not on demand, actual customer requirement. Means if we are going to make an hedging arrangement with the future, they are marketable. And you must have to know that in a real world, any of the contracts which are marketable, then market will not adjust with the customer. But the customer have to adjust their requirement according to the market. What I mean to say that, for example, if there's a contract you need to make to stitch a shirt with a tailor. If it's customized, that's all the things up to the requirement of the customer of yours. Size of the sleeves, style of the sleeves, all the things, all the aspects, all the variety, all the need of the stuff and the shirt. But if it's a marketable standard contract, for example, if your collar size is 15.75 and market standard is 15.5 and 16 or 16. So customer need to adjust the knot, need to adjust the sleeve size. Market standards will not change. So here the contract, the future contract, it's not customized but market standard. If we need to protect through a future contract, we have to accommodate our requirement with the market. What does that mean? Marketable standard contract based on nature of currency. Means, for example, we have a requirement of sterling. So the market should provide the contract of sterling. If sterling is not available for the future contract, then we cannot make a contract of the futures. So nature of the currency, sterling. Normally sterling, dollars, euro is available, but for example, Turkish lira required. We need to make a protection with the future market of the Turkish lira, but it's not available. Then we cannot do anything. Nature of currency, volume of contract. Example, contract size. For example, contract size sterling 10,000. And we have a demand of, for example, we need to protect for 100,000 sterling. That means we have to put 10 contracts. We have to put 10 contracts. So that means market standard is 10,000. We have adjusted by taking 10 contracts of futures. Number 3, settlement date. How market is not settled according to our requirement. Market settlement standard dates. There are 4 standard dates. 31st March, 30th June, 30th September, 31st December. These are the standard settlement date. These are the standard settlement date. A little bit picture. I'm going to try visualizing you how it will work. Do remember, it's not the part of the syllabus. Just a quick view. For example, now 1st January 2019, and we have to make a local currency Australian dollar, foreign currency sterling. We have to purchase 1st March 2019 100,000 sterling. Spot Australian dollar 1.82 per sterling. We have a risk that this will increase. Someone asked me to go for the future market. To protect this risk. Do remember, spot is different, future is different. I will enter in this future market to protect, to get the protection like the forward. Number 1, Number one, how many contract I need to make? If the contract size is 10,000, I have to make a future contract of 10,000. Number two, at a time, there are four markets. For example, if this is the most critical moment, if future market says that March futures, March futures 1.9, Australian dollar 1.9 per sterling. It means market is saying that sterling rate at 31st March, not the 1st March. Market is saying that market is saying that market is saying that at 31st March the rate become 1.9, and it's just like we are betting, we are locking the rate. Although the transaction we need to work out at 1st March. And furthermore, what is the difference between the spot and future market? If spot market means if we click here, market says that pay 1.82 to get 1 sterling, means actual transaction occur spot. Future, if we click future, future doesn't mean future doesn't mean future doesn't mean to make any transaction. Means it doesn't mean to buy these dollars, to buy these dollars. Instead it means that, for example, this contract is on my name, Mr. Hussain making a betting, Mr. Hussain making a betting that at 1st March to 1st January 2019, that Mr. Hussain is making a betting at 1st January 2019 that at 31st March the rate will be 1.9. I will make a bet on this contract. I don't need to make any payment here. But do remember, future market, we are entering in future market only for one purpose, to protect, to make a protection. Sir, how to make protection? Actually, if we purchase the March contract, that will be adjusted or settled 31st March. We will not hold the contract till 31st March. But actually, at 1st March 2019, we will close the contract. We will close the contract. At 1st March 2019, we will close the contract. Sir, how to close the contract? Candidates, do remember one thing. The over-the-counter contracts, that is forward contract, that is not tradable. But future contracts are tradable. Future contracts are tradable. Tradable means 1st January 2019, we will make a future contract. We will make a future contract by sterling. At 1st March 2019, I can sell the future contract. Buy name sell sterling. Buy will cancel with sell. In reality, neither I will buy any sterling, neither I will sell any sterling. But the difference net either gain, either loss. Either gain, either loss. Once again, if we go to the future market, although we have to accommodate according to the market, but it's tradable. In any time, we can trade our contract. Once again, in a clear manner. Important thing. We are 1st January 2019. We end and have a protection and need to protect for the adverse movement of the sterling value. We enter into the future contract by name buy foreign currency sterling. Buy foreign currency sterling. Which means that I am locking the rate, which effectively conclude at 31st March. But I have a mindset. I will not to stay in the market till 31st March, but close out at transaction date 1st March 2019. Number one, I haven't actually buy. We just lock the rate of buy. At 1st March 2019, where we need to actually buy the sterling. First, close the futures. Close futures. How? By sell. Buy cross with sell. And it's a legal binding contract. It may be the gain or it may be the loss. It may be the gain, it may be the loss. That is the point. Another important thing is that there are 4 contracts at a time futures. Which contract we need to put? It depends on when our transaction will occur. If our transaction occur 1st March, so we will take the contract which is very next to expire. Tell me if I'm asking that, if now is 1st January 19 and I have a transaction on 22nd August. Transaction 22nd August. So nearby next contract is going to end, that is September. I will take September contract. So that's the important thing, September contract. So very simple. Future contract, legal binding contract, marketable standards in terms of nature of currency, volume of currency, settlement date. Which contract we will take, it depends on transaction. Whenever our transaction is going to occur, very next to the settlement, that's the transaction we will make. We will, in case of import, last points. In case of importer, where payment exposure, where foreign currency payment exposure, all the things we are discussing, future, future contract. So what type of contract we will pick? That we will say buy now, sell later. Buy sterling, sell. Make a business model. Buy now. Pick a neither actually buy, neither actually sell. Net either gain or loss. In case of exporter, foreign currency receive exposure. Type of contract means what is the issue? In the receive case, whenever we will receive the foreign currency, the value of sell foreign currency become decrease. So we will work out sell now and buy later. Neither we actually sell, neither we later buy, but whatever the net we will take, either gain, either loss. Either gain, either loss. And important thing is that we make the future contract. That means we are holder of contract. That means we are holder of contract. This is the most important thing we have to know that. We are the holder of that contract. Whenever we enter into the future contract, normally there is no transaction cost except there are some margin need to hold. Margin means some deposit money need to hold on. That deposit money adjust our gain or losses in future. So candidate, this is what the another video that's about the future, and we will share you another one or two videos, these type of short videos later on, in fact very soon, to complete this topic. Thank you very much. Take care a lot. Allah Hafiz. And the another actually the next videos is about more details of the forex, including options contract, codes, money market hedging, these things. It's not very much difficult, but you have to consider, you have to watch and prepare accordingly. Thank you. Take care a lot.